All right, we are live. Hello, family.
I'm working on my pigmentation today.
Hmm. Welcome to math class.
We were mathing.
I'm going to stick to preschool shapes because I never took geometry.
Me either. Well,
Um,
I did, but I failed.
I've always been a square, so that's what I'm going to be today. Like the oracles, I'm not for everyone, believe me. Um,
Squared circle.
yep, that's right. And Fibonacci. So,
I should have put Fibonacci.
not you. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. So that's our roundtable topic, deep diving into sacred geometry and how it basically the essence of life and how God has made everything link together. Use your discernment just like we always do. And on that note, we'll get started with Nadia's slideshow. And this is her baby, so we're going to let her take the lead on this one. And King and I will throw in. I'll throw in a cent, and he'll throw in a cent, and that's our 2 cents, right?
Trust me, my baby is in Mensa. This is so difficult and complicated, but some parts are pretty simple.
Yeah.
All right. Let's say we start from the beginning, right, King or Ace? It's gonna take me a while to get squared, right? Squared.
Squared. We'll call it cubed.
All right. So what I sent to you, Jen, was like some of the ways, like if you use energy as a form of Genesis story. In the beginning, there was nothing, and then there was something. Is that how it goes in the Genesis? Before there was something, there was nothing. So it all starts with the spirit, one dot.
In the beginning, it was void, is what it says. So, yes.
Okay. So I'm doing a simplified version. So what happens is it's circled. So once it circled the energy, that was the beginning of consciousness and the creation of the story. And then I sent you a slide of two lines. So now that separates, the energy separates. So you got two circles. Did you see that one? I tried to put it in order.
Yep. As long as my computer kept them in order, it should be fine.
Yeah, we know how that works.
Ooh, squared circle.
So yeah, I drew those. and that the two of them, the energy is of Vesica Pisces, which is funny. You got the Pisces.
Mm-hmm.
So then that divides into the three, which ends up being the what would you want to call it? The trilogy, Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. So they put that into the three energies.
Hold on. Here we go. Okay.
That's okay. So that's the beginning of the trilogy. I did not put number 4, but number 4, the fourth circle would be down at the bottom. And if you connected all the lines of the circle, 1, 2, 3 down the middle, it actually becomes 180 degrees. The line, it starts with a line. So I did not add the fourth one, but I added the sixth one, I believe.
What happened to 5?
I didn't. You know what?
Sixth one is the seed of life, isn't it?
Sometimes the middle child gets ignored.
Don't I know it?
I know that.
Don't I know it?
I don't know it. I'm the oldest.
Or gets the blame. Yes.
I was actually the consciousness. So if you go down the middle of 180, you see there's 1, 2, 3, 4. You got 180. Now you add 2 more, and you have a complete circle, and that is the beginning of the seed of life.
Is that also considered the flower of life?
Not yet. The next one will add on to the next one, which is, I believe, 19 circles. Let me see if I got it.
Really is.
Yeah, 19 spheres. Yeah, I had fun, huh?
Let me consult my shirt.
Yes, he's wearing his
Yeah.
You got the flower. You got the flower. So what are you asking about? So now you have 19 circles. that are matched, and that's called the flower of life. Another thing is all the circled patterns are feminine energy. So now if you go into the next one, it's going to be considered Metatron's cube, because they now add the lines, and the lines are masculine energy.
Well, do you not want the fruit of life? That's the next.
Oh yeah. Go ahead and put the fruit of life or the fruit of looms.
Fruit.
I
What?
should have put the fruit.
Pumpkin grapes.
You guys didn't get briefed yet.
And there was a corn on that. Swing.
Okay, so when you take all the other connections of how they enter, that is actually the fruit of life. And from that fruit of life, if you look at it, it's almost like the Vesuvian man. And they'll show it to you later how that works. So that is the fruit of life.
Okay. And the last one is Metatron's cube.
Yes, so now they'll connect all the connections, all the lines, and it turns into Metatron's cube.
Okay.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the fabric of reality.
Universe's building blocks.
Yes, it is. So from all that in Metatron's cube, you can make solid shapes, hard shapes. One is the cube. You can see the cube in there. One is a tetrahedron, octahedron, dodecahedron. I almost sound like I'm singing a song from the Three
Hedron.
Stooges. And
Hedron.
isosahedron too. Now, the funny thing about those shapes, why they're so important, is they're the elements. The cube is the earth, tetrahedron fire, octahedron air, dodecahedron ether, which is the prana, and isosahedron is water.
Henceforth, the 4 elements that also represent tarot.
Exactly. I mean, everything, whatever you touch, has the building block. Oh, did he touch something? Did you touch something?
I touched my cheek.
Uh-oh, there you go. So, and then also all is connected. It also shows you that in life, everything is connected. And also from that, it is the as above, so below geometry, because in that Metatron cube is also the Merkaba. As above, so below is also, we'll say, the Star of David, the as above, so below. Everything is connected. From that, the way life is formed from that fabric, it does the golden ratio as the Fibonacci sequence. I think that's the next slide.
Okay. Did you draw this person?
I'd be Fibonacci if I said yes. No, actually, no. Yeah, it'd be cool if I could draw like that. I don't have patience for it. So the really cool thing is when you start at the square and the triangle, that's what they were trying to do. Why am I saying the square and the triangle? The square and the circle, they made triangles, and that's how they came up with the ratio. And Leonardo Fibonacci developed the Fibonacci sequence, which is the golden ratio of everything in life.
Well, you just said the square and the circle, so we can actually say, Ace did it. See?
It's his
How
fault.
about trying to change my name again?
I was going to say, we got 78 cards in the deck. You keep going.
Yeah, and then the next slide, it tells you how does it work.
Now, in that picture, you'll notice that it's very important, especially with tarot and some of the oracles. Everything is based. Life is represented by the spiral, and you can understand why.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's how it spirals out. All right.
It's how it spirals out.
Here's some math.
There's some math in. So, okay,
That's
so
not Common Core. What are you talking about?
no, it's very simple, except I don't think it's doing that Lawrence Howard's adding 1 plus 1 is 1 or 1 times 1 is 1. Okay, so how does it come up? You add the sum to the next number. So, 1 plus 1 is 2. So you take 1 plus 2, the second number, plus 2 is 3. Then you add 2 plus 3 is 5. 3 plus 5 is 8. And that's how you go and make that spiral. Now, the funny thing is 1.618 is called phi, P-H-I, where if you double that, it is pi.
I like pie.
So my first question, if I can ask,
Mhm.
was pi, not apple, was pi to offset the golden code?
Meanwhile,
At the ranch.
4, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12 are all feeling left out.
Well, you win some, you lose some.
Magician's trick. There's more to this. I'm fascinated this one comes in. I'm using this deck because they use this is the Kabbalistic tree of life shape in the
Mhm.
Ten of Pentacles. Yeah. All of Gaia is related to this sequence. First sequence will tell you the answers to this. So offset, it says magician's trick. So that's a huge yes.
That's why in school they indoctrinated the pi instead. Nobody ever talked about the phi.
Right.
Very interesting.
Yep.
Very interesting.
Interesting. So I tried to make this as simple and short as possible. So my next 20 pages,
Wow.
no, it's harmonics. I mean, we were trying to figure out shapes and harmonics and the central line of a tetrahedron. What they did was they measured, they drew a line where the triangle was, and they measured it, and it came up with the piano keys. So I'm trying to see what's the best thing I can say here. Light and dimensional levels work the same as harmonics. So whatever you find out with music, you also find out with light. And another thing is they also correlated it with chakras. So I found that very interesting. So when they found the piano has 8 white keys and 5 black keys, 13 nodes. And chakra, you will find out, we started with 7 generic, but we're moving up to the 13. After we move to a higher density, we'll be higher than that, but we are already at the 13 chakras. They
Elisa talked last night. It's the spiral that just keeps going up as
Yes.
we descend, so to
Yes.
speak. Okay.
And exactly, that's what was amazing that I found out here is the chakras basically don't go up, it goes as a spiral. So as a musical note is separated by 90 degrees, so is the chakra. So instead of it going boom, 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 it actually does what you're saying, which I found it fascinating. Now, when they measured the wavelengths of each piano key, the sound or chakra, they found out that the bass wave, the wavelength was 7.23 centimeters. Why does that sound? Why is that important? The sound wave of the universe, ohm, the wavelength is 7.23 centimeters.
Wow. Okay.
The average distance between the eyes, 7.23 centimeters. The palm, 7.23 centimeters, and nose to chin is also. Oh, I see. Yeah. Well, I mean, I just realized that if I take
hand.
So, because of that, they came up with the Vesuvian. But let's just go and this dimensional level wavelength I get. You remember how we were talking about when you raise your frequency? Jay mentioned it once on the show.
Hmm.
So the first dimension is very straight line, and then as you ascend higher densities or dimensions, the wavelength is higher, but it's very close together.
Yeah, it's like looking at a heart monitor, depending upon
Yes.
what that is. But what I was studying is the frequency. Everything's in waves,
Hmm.
and it depends upon the density of what the waves look like. Actually, how big they arc,
Hmm.
or whether they're low, how big they're high their peaks are, so to speak.
Yes, I think that's the frequency or the pitch. I had physics a long time ago.
Yeah.
But what they also found out were in like musical 12 notes. They say it's 13 notes, but the 13th is actually the first note for the next octave. So
Hmm.
12 notes in an octave and 12 overtones between each octave. So when you multiply 12 by 12, you get the 144,
Right.
as they were mentioning, 144,000.
Yeah. 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 That's one reason why I'm sticking to God, but I'm branching out, thinking, what could this possibly mean? Because I think the Bible is putting our God in a box. And so I have learned to think outside of what could it possibly mean? I don't think it's 144,000 dudes. I don't.
No, I think it's the frequency.
Yeah.
144,000 dudes. Are they dudes, really? Women stay behind? The dude ranch.
No, I think it could be multiplied and it can involve people, but there's more to it.
Mm, yeah. Well, I mean, if you're looking at it in a mathematical by frequency by range, what if we hit that 144,000 frequency and that's when ascension happens or something? You know, everybody keeps saying, raise your frequency, raise your frequency. What if
Right.
that is the reason why?
Yeah.
And then this is going to be funny because you know how they say you can't put a circle in a square peg or a square peg in a circle?
Ace does it.
I know he does.
See?
And he's got all the past lives to prove it, except
There
for
you
his.
go.
And that's
So,
probably why I'm not anatomically correct.
so you are not the Vesuvian man in your past life.
Hey.
So a square and a circle is every platonic shape can go into the cube. So all of those shapes that I mentioned before can actually fit in the cube, this cube, which equates to the phi ratio. Now, funny thing is when you put a circle in the square and then you twist it and you do another circle to the square, it makes the pyramids
Hmm.
as you go up. Now, they said that the pyramids were actually made to help us ascend to higher consciousness, Christ consciousness. So when you get to the first level is 8 by 10 when you measure the circle and the square. Then the second is 10 by 12, but the third level, which is Christ consciousness, was 14 by 8. So they were able to measure it by the grid. The first one, 8 by 10, was the fruit of life.
Hmm.
So it is hard to grasp, and trust me, a lot of it really went over my head because, we do have a short time to actually understand this, right?
Well, there is a grid matrix over Gaia. There is.
Yes, there is, and that is called the toroidal field.
Hmm.
And they were saying that the toroidal field, our own body has the toroidal field. So they even linked this. What are we going to call it? The golden rule into humans, into medicine, into the DNA. See the helix, and
Hmm.
also because our toroidal field gets further. So when we show the love energy, it gets affected.
Yeah.
They also gave an example. If you guys want to see how everything is a toroidal field, if you cut an apple, it looks like a toroidal field.
Yeah.
If you cut an orange straight up and down, that looks it, and that's how they perceive the earth with the toroidal field and the hollow earth, you
Mhm.
know. So it has the same toroidal field. And I am done.
The seeds of life are inside the toroidal field.
The seeds of life is inside the toroidal field, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I also found out that they said if people want to keep fighting about, is it a hollow earth? Is it a core earth? Is it whatever? It said it's everything, it's all, and it's nothing. Because of the fourth density, whatever you perceive it to be, it will be.
Mm.
So if you say earth is round and we have a core iron middle, if you want to say you have a south pole,
Earth is a squared circle.
it's a squared circle.
Or
Well,
maybe it's a pyramid.
I actually made my point when Elisa was showing her model of the dome over all of Gaia. See,
Yeah.
what's in the dome doesn't actually have a South Pole. You have to go outside the dome to get to the South Pole.
You have to think outside of the box to know there is a south pole.
Insert eye roll.
Wait, I got to see that. Do that eye roll again. I thought I couldn't do it.
Okay. So the fact that all of Gaia has, this is what they used to call an actual, in the hieroglyphics and the pyramids in Egypt, actually depict this as a grid system, but it's called the net. And they actually, someone broke down in Hebrew, the beginning of the Bible where it says in the beginning. It actually can also be translated through the Hebrew alphabet in the net.
In the net?
Yes. So my question is, we know that the enemy will take all that is divine and powerful of the light and manipulate it. Is this how we came up? Well, not we, because we didn't do it. The World Wide Web and the internet. It's a manipulative way of trying to set, like, this is a new concept. It's not a new concept. It's been around since the beginning of time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So did the cabal, so to speak, know this information, and this is how they come up with the name of it? They took something divine. So I'm going to pull cards on that. That's my Bippy of the day.
Okay, so how do you want this question to come up?
Did the cabal, they know this information, and that's how they created the term World Wide Web, the internet, so to speak. They knew this information.
Yeah, I got to download that. Remember when we talked about Genesis, Garden of Eden, and they had two trees?
Yes.
And the cabal had one of the trees of knowledge, and I think that's where they were able to invert or manipulate from that knowledge.
Yes.
I did a very, very
Oh, it is a yes? Okay.
soft yes.
Well, no, I'm showing you this. I'm still pulling cards, but this is the negative side. This is what they took of the divine and created their version of it. And then they created their own net.
Wow.
To make sure that everything connected back to them.
Jen, can I see the first one you showed again? I want to enlarge that.
The Kabbalah.
Yeah, it looks like the Kabbalah, but was it inverted?
Yes. The Canaans, Babylon, Pharaohs, Roman, Judea, the Vatican, they're in the center of it. So let me move this over here.
Okay. Okay, I got it. I see it. Thank you.
Yeah, I can't read it, so you might have to get a little bit closer.
So I can scan that.
Zoom out.
Yep. That's very strategically done. They knew this knowledge, but it's to fool the people. When you live in a world that is so broken and torn down and exhausted, this is what their version of we'll be the heroes and lift everybody up and connect them. They didn't connect anything. They manipulate it.
Or
This-
invert.
yes. Yeah, see, even tarot cards, some certain decks have sacred geometry connected
Yes.
to them.
Yes.
And all of these things, divination tools, a lot of times are very connected. You have to ask yourself, why are they connected? That's why I hate the term the occult, because I'm not in a cult.
No, but that's
Tool.
Well, the words the occult actually only means the hidden.
Mm-hmm.
I know, but if you're religious or anything like that,
Yeah.
based on how they planted that word in movies, so now you
Yep.
get a negative connotation, and you're going to go to hell if you touch anything that's occult.
Well, there's a reason the dark only uses the pentagram and that alone. There's more to it.
There is actually inside the Metatron's cube, also has the pentagram.
Yeah. They just cherry pick what
Oh,
they
yeah.
want. They cherry pick what they want to use, and that's it. They don't consider all the divine of it.
Well, everything is like how many times did we say 666? Oh my God, or the number 13? But
Mhm.
they did it to invert it, because if you actually knew 13 meant God's love, we would use it all the time.
Mhm.
But we have to avoid it, you know. So I mean, it is their thing. Now, this brings me to a question.
Well, here, I'm going to show you this.
Another
picture.
bippy.
You sent this to me. You
Oh
wanna
yes. Go ahead, Jen. You want to explain it?
Well, no, you gave it to me. I just put it up there. Don't ask me. I just work here.
She just likes the pictures.
Oh, you put them all. You put that all in there together? Okay, actually, to tell the one in the middle was the true artist. He was Vesuvian. Vesuvia was his name. So Da Vinci actually took it from this person, and they did measure. They measured actually. If you see his arms, his body, he actually fits inside a Merkaba. That's why they were measuring all the sizes and cubits and all of that stuff came from this poster.
Yeah, a cubit is supposed to be from the elbow to the tip of the middle finger, which is about 18 inches.
Mm-hmm. So they did do all these measurements, and they did you have the cube, you have the circle, you have any geometrical or elemental shape is in here in this thing. Also, the toroidal field is in there.
Right.
Yes. So it was pretty interesting, but I was trying to compare his drawing, how and most of his stuff was secretive, to Da Vinci's Vesuvian Man.
Also notice it's got a squared circle too.
See?
Mhm.
There you go. You did it again.
You did it again.
Got to change. Got to change.
Was he Vesuvian in a past life? We should see if that was.
Oh, goodness. And the only thing he got was that shirt.
Oh, it's what is it? Participation award. Yeah. So it is interesting. It is interesting. Also, if you, I did not go further into this because just this alone.
Oh,
is-
yeah.
But if you notice, the rotation of every planet has its own tree of life.
Yeah.
Just like you remember when they did sand on a table and they sent vibrations?
Mm-hmm.
They pattern everything that we're seeing right now.
Well, this is why they said it was mutable. This is where manifestation comes from, because it is changeable all the time. You have the power, light, frequency, and energy to change it anytime you want to. We just have to access it and know that we're capable.
We are. However, this is why it's so important to raise your frequency. I mean, isn't it like, I think you mentioned it, Jen, or I've heard it before. You'll ask God for something or the universe for something, but you didn't give them the specifics.
Exactly.
Well, if I'm in a lower frequency and I want a car and It might be one, but no engine or something. You know what I mean? You really have to move higher and more specific in what you're looking
Lisa was talking about it. Yeah. When you request something, be very specific. Just like when our upcoming humanitarian, be very specific of what you want. I mean, down to the smallest little intricate detail. Consider this your private home you're going to live in.
Mm-hmm.
It's a matter of even down to hiring the decorator and what type of flowers you want on your table. You specifically say, this is what I want. God knows the heart, but he wants you to communicate with him.
So I can't ask for 5 Nadias to do my work?
Please give us a warning if you do. Okay.
I'll start with
I'm looking for a Persian carpet that flies with a set of goggles on the side.
Well, do you want fringed carpet?
No.
Do you want the latest model?
What color?
Yeah, be detailed.
I'm not specific on colors.
Oh, okay.
As we can go by your shirt.
We can go with purple.
Ooh, purple.
Or green.
Wow.
Okay.
Or red.
You just need to say, you have to be able to control this, right? You might want to specify that.
Yeah, please. Or have brakes.
He'll be flying along. All of a sudden, the front will fly. He won't be able to see anything. Yeah.
The fringes. Fringes. I didn't ask for fringes.
I'll have tassels over my eyes.
Oh, that's right. Ace will be the first crash dummy for flying carpets.
Well, there you go.
Congratulations, Ace. Here's your yellow jumpsuit.
Oh, goodness.
Maybe I should ask for a parachute too.
That would be.
Well, he's going to be a kamikaze. Then you don't need the helmet. Remember.
That's right. Don't need the helmet.
Not necessary.
That's using your head, King. Awesome.
Right.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh, goodness. All right. Yeah, this is a deep dive topic. Anybody that has a subscription to Gaia, there's a whole section of this on the Gaia app. But you can also find a lot of those things on YouTube. And I highly recommend just where it says Sacred Geometry Explained and it says less than 10 minutes. That'll give you the redneck way of doing it. This is a circle. This is a triangle. Stick them together. Life. There you go.
Next, please.
Next. It's there's an easy way to do it. So.
Well, I was just, it just popped in my head. Look how far back they use sacred geometry. I mean, in pyramids or if you look at those ancient Middle Eastern doors or Indian doors, all of those carvings were of sacred geometry.
Well, here, I can't believe I'm going to do this. I'm going to trigger Nadia.
I can't.
Trigger me.
Tartarians use geometry.
Let's talk about it. Well, I believe King Arthur used it for.
Oh, now we got them both. Okay.
No, Tartarians did use it. Yes, they have.
I think it all began with
nice. But that's fine.
Well, and let's see. We mentioned when Terry asked last night. She asked Elisa about crop circles, and I said, "Oh, if you look at that, a lot of that is sacred geometry. It's beautiful.
Yeah."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's got to be a meaning to each symbol. Now we just have to decode it. For all we know, that they already have. We layman peasants don't know what it means, but yeah.
I think we will eventually.
Well, I mean, if you use the Fibonacci numbers and all that stuff, I'm sure it's all numbers. And if you could put that in the computer and it'll come up like, please water this crop.
Yeah. Needs more nitrogen in the soil, please. It could be a request or an invitation. We'll be having a tailgate bonfire out here on Saturday if y'all want to come.
Actually, it's really telling you.
Take me away.
It's actually saying, look over here. Look over here. Not the.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, we always say look the other way, and this one's like, here. What do you got?
This is okay. All right.
All right. You got more time? I got time.
It's But it is fascinating. You're right. It has been around basically since the creation of life. That's it. Period.
In the beginning.
And you were talking about the colliders and that kind of stuff. Isn't that the CERN thing?
Yeah.
That's what they're trying to recreate.
Well,
The God particle, whatever you want to call it.
yeah, originally it was said that they were trying to create a black hole.
Yes. Why can't
Apparently that didn't
square
work out so
circle?
well.
No,
Yeah.
it didn't.
You're a man of little words today. What's going on?
Say what?
You're a man of little words today. We're like, tell us
I'm
about
tired. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Hard.
It's
Well,
been a
back.
tiring week.
I believe I kept seeing you awake through the night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I wasn't awake, so don't worry.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you were dreaming.
I was waiting for my son to come home. He ran out of gas.
Physically, his car ran out or he ran out?
His car ran out. So he
Um,
had to push. No, you learn your lesson.
there you go.
But Mom,
Tough love. You teach
it's
them how to
15
fish.
miles down the road, Mom.
Luckily, we're not in the country. Ask your neighbor 3 miles down.
There you go. Well, yeah, around here we just go knock on the farmer's door. What you need?
And then she has the audacity to have him go get coffee from upstairs for her.
My fix. He's like, quit twitching. Your fix is here. I need my.
Cassidy.
This is the explanation of why we're scratching.
There you go.
It's not spirit. We need a fix. It's our coffee.
Listen, we had to come from a different room to go get the remote, so he can get my fix.
Yeah. We didn't even grow up with a remote. You had to get up and turn the channel. And with a pair of vice grips, by the way.
For the antenna. Oh, for the
Little
channel.
revenues.
Yes, because when somebody didn't want you to change it, they would have taken the knob out.
Oh, yeah. We didn't have an antenna. We had a wire coat hanger with foil on it. Okay. So, and our TV had a big crack down the side, and you had to smack it to get it to come on. It was black and white. So, yeah.
Did you ever think that life was black and white back then?
No.
When did we become color?
So is sacred geometry the true secret of all manifestations?
Well, from what I studied, it has
Harley.
to do
Harley.
with how things manifest. Yes, absolutely.
I would think so. As everything else is being twirled into this, as we are traveling in the galaxy and all of that stuff.
But now, if you split it, God doesn't. I don't know how you would word that. I was going to say God doesn't manifest; He just creates. But that is manifest. I don't know.
That is manifesting.
It is manifesting. He just does it.
He's really good at it.
You think? Yeah. So.
Hi, Lee. What did you manifest?
Do what?
What did you manifest?
Going back to work on Monday.
Did
Going
you
back to
see
work
how
on
I
Monday.
reeled that back in?
I think she's happy.
Nah, she's containing herself.
Yeah,
Because really inside Jen,
I think she'll be looking to get me out of the house for a while.
you're like, honey, ask them about overtime. Honey.
No, I don't even think they're going to be working full days because there's no air conditioning or anything down in the shop, and they can get
Ooh.
heat stroke really easy.
Is it? It's really hot down there, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe 5 hours,
Yeah,
5 hours at the most, probably.
yeah.
Well, we are at 90. Oh, you guys are the same as us.
Yeah.
Man, it's hot here too.
Inside the
It's
garage,
71.
it can get up around 110, 120. So
Oh my God, it's like you're working in Kuwait.
You survived Iraq, and it was 140 in the shade. You'd be all right.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, do like they do overseas.
He's older
Go to work
now.
at night. Come home in the day in the air conditioning.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, you want to take some questions?
That was only 38 minutes. I thought I was like,
We can all
You two
math.
were like nonstop, you know? Talk
Our-
about me going through questions fast.
Oh, you want me to slow it down? I can. I mean, there's a lot more to know about this.
The true
A
secret.
lot.
All
more.
manifestation.
Reminds me of Looney Tunes and the rabbit and the big hairy red monster.
I
Come
picture
here,
a Wile E.
rabbit.
Coyote and a Roadrunner.
Yep.
Beep, beep.
And before we get ready to take questions, I know let's talk about next week's topic.
Oh my God. A Tartarian. No, actually, I did have a question regarding
Barbarians are on Mars.
what you were talking about with the Kabbalah and how they knew how to manipulate it. Okay, so we talked about time traveling, and they have pictures of people who are actually having a phone in the 50s. Or now, do you think they were the cabal who actually had that Wi-Fi knowledge before, or was that actually a time traveler?
Know that they necessarily had to be on the dark side. They could have been light workers as well.
No, but I'm just saying, instead of them being a time traveler, did they have access, since World Wide Web probably was prevalent in the beginning?
Well, we know the military's had it for a long time. We can ask.
Mhm.
Put that in the form of a question.
I'm simply asking, did they have the World Wide Web or internet decades and decades way before it came out? We're like World War II era kind of thing.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Yes. More to it.
I'm sure more to it, but a yes.
Deep state military did.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this is, it caused a lot of conflict though. So you're talking about wartime, but it's also war with the ones who gave them the technology. Remember the agreement that had to be made back during World War II?
Eisenhower.
Yeah. Yeah. So they have had access to it for a very, very long time.
And then second question. I'm not even pulling my Beppy out. Second question. Is this the World Wide Web, not what we use instead of satellite? That they always made us say there was satellite outside of it? Was it the World Wide Web?
You mean separate from a satellite?
No, you know how some people say there was never a satellite up there.
Ionospheric energy, so to speak. Is that what you want to base it on?
You mean universal energy?
Sure.
In the
So you know
atmosphere.
how they always said let's put satellites out there, and some people believe there was never satellites out there. So did they use satellites, or did they use this ionic energy field?
They never used satellites. Nope.
Nope.
This is the veil. This is the energy of the veil is where they get it. The energy in the atmosphere.
Look at that. Wow. Yep.
Yeah.
Interesting, huh?
Yep. I got energy from the universe.
Yep.
So yes, no satellites.
Okay, so now I'll pull my Vippy.
Now she's gonna pull the card out. Oh, so the first
Just
one's
make sure you pull them up high enough. All right.
Those were warm ups. Now
And
the Vippy comes out.
don't stand up.
I had to stretch. That was my stretching question.
She calls her knickers. I gotta pull my baby up. All right.
Okay. Elon Musk releasing these link systems. Is that also not true?
Releasing what?
Starlink?
His link system,
Oh,
those
Starlink?
satellites, Starlinks or whatever. Is that also not true?
Not getting it from a satellite, in other words. Okay. Ooh, okay. Same old, same old. I'm
Mhm.
getting universal energy, not satellite.
Yeah, not satellite. That's an illusion. This is God's energy. This comes from Gaia. Okay. But this is, think of the judgment going, look up here, look up here. They want you to expect satellites. No, this is why it's quantum. Quantum is energetic field. So if you know that about Starlink, the only way they can get society to accept it is, oh, it's these little round discs floating around in the sky.
That we were watching them all like connected to each other going really quick.
Yeah, but are we sure
But were
that's
they
not
actually for Starlink or were they for rods of God?
true?
For what?
The
The
rods.
rods of God.
Oh.
What they will use to take down all the nefarious buildings and such that are on ley lines.
Because it doesn't harm the planet, it harms the structure.
Right.
That's interesting. I asked if it was electromagnetic trains. Ask.
Were the one that you saw going across the sky?
Yes,
Its name was Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
but I gotta yes, more some, but yes.
So yes, I asked if they were the rods of God. Yes. Justice, deep state.
Wow, beautiful. So I was happy to see that.
I love it when the plan comes together.
That's right. Okay. All right, guys.
Check your coffee page.
I've got one in the copy. I think Caroline sent me one.
Yeah, I don't have one yet. So.
Did you fix your coffee problem?
Yeah, it's not working on my desktop. It is working on my laptop. So I got my laptop and my desktop going.
He's multitasking.
I am multitasking
You
too.
Got a
learned.
square working and a circle working.
And I am a squared circle.
Okay.
Says the man who invented the wheel.
There you go. Now,
Okay.
if I could only invent the axle.
Yeah, that would help. Okay. Caroline sent me this one. My 2-year-old great grandson or grandson, it has a G in front of it. I don't know if she meant great grandson, but sat up from a nap one day, pointed at a stuffed animal, and said, "Look, mommy, my other mommy." Then just earlier this week, he woke up screaming for his mom and said, "Dada shot me. Dada got me." The question is this a past life or different multiverse? Okay, so different density.
Past life. That was immediate.
Yes, it was. It's a past life.
It's a past life.
Okay, she said, any info will help us help him through this. Nadia has pulled on this. We want to see what you get since you get more details. Thanks, Jen. Okay. All right.
It is your turn.
My turn.
Enter and sign in.
I'll do the ace.
There you go. No, we don't want to reel it in yet.
Oh, is that just no? I thought this was reeling it in. I thought this is. I'll let you guys talk.
Well,
no, when he's reeling it in,
that's the
he mimes his rope.
Yeah, that's the indication of we really got to move it along.
Oh, really? I just think I'll let you ladies talk.
In.
I think it's talk amongst yourself.
You did that last night when I was interviewing Elisa. I look over and Ace is sitting there. I'm leaning back with my arms crossed. I'm like, what is your problem? What is your problem?
And that I was being funny.
I know you were.
Yeah, especially you wanted 2 brains.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was funny.
I got that from the movie The Man with 2 Brains.
Oh, Steve Martin.
Yes.
Little background music. La, 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 la. Boom, boom.
We good? All right. So I
You
got
forgot-
confirmation on the past life. So yes, this is a past life. He's starting to remember them. The past life, this was his contract. Lots of secrets with this family. There were a lot of issues. Now,
Mhm.
a lot of financial issues. Okay. Down and out. The reason the father's coming in as aggressive is having a wife and children was too much of a burden on him. So this was a sacrificial murder suicide, so to speak. Okay. He paid for this. All right. But the thing is, her great grandson immediately reincarnated.
Mhm.
Okay. So came right back in here. So Caroline, the best way, base card's beautiful.
Yes.
The best way to cope with this as star seeds, and even the rest of us, we wake up to remembering past lives. Those are the same healing processes at dealing with this life. And for a child, it's much more difficult. Comfort the child, pray with the child, whatever that child, everybody's different. So whatever that child requires for comfort, just do it and say, you know what? It's all over. It's all over. And it's just like a child waking up from a bad dream. It's all over. Don't worry about it. We're here. It's really just comfort, but it does confirm a past life.
Now, I wonder if he calls the teddy bear his mother, whether or not her energy is in that teddy bear.
Mm.
That's mine, Vippy.
Ooh.
And I'm sticking to it.
And I'm sticking to it. Ooh, I am getting yes. It's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Stick to it, Homer.
All right, Marge.
This is a comfort, fear of the mother leaving. So this is his form of comfort with the mother.
You don't see her energy in that?
This is a comfort thing at night, that when he's worried, I don't see her energy because that's independent. This is his psychological association.
Okay.
It's a comfort item. This helps distract him from those worries. So he's projecting his energy towards the teddy bear, but her energy is not in it.
Okay, so when I was helping Caroline with that pulling cards, that 9 of Pentacles kept coming in as the mother. And it was really strange because I could be wrong, but it had, I can't remember the cards right now, but it's almost like the past life happened exactly in the same house.
Hmm.
And that was very strange that I got that he is here to fix a generational thing. Something happened in the past, but they're in the exact same house of where it happened.
Okay, so the mama gave him this bear. Okay, so that's his association. But here's the problem. It's the only thing he had left of her. He lost her.
Yes.
So there's where it comes. Now I'll ask about the house.
Yeah, it was very
Yeah,
strange.
I got a yes to the house, but we'll see what you get.
Yes, same house, different density.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Interesting.
So the energy doesn't have to be in the teddy bear, it's in the house, but that's his comfort. That's where the connection's coming from. So yeah. Okay. Wow. All right then.
Uh,
Okay. All right. The line broke. The line broke. Okay.
I'm that one that resisting. I don't want to go in. I don't want to go in.
All right. Let's go to Starred. And start with Marcy here. Are we the 13th planet?
interesting.
Elisa says there's 34 planets.
That's true.
So if we're 13, that's not even dead center, but let's see.
The new Gaia is 13.
Mm.
It's funny.
I
It's
get
like
no for this planet being the 13th.
I get a yes and a no. It's a maybe. Maybe it's not ready yet. I don't know.
Okay. Because there's more than that. There's not just the 9 that it's one of many, but in alignment, we can be 13th, but there's way more than that.
You know what just dawned on me was I believe each and every planet is getting a new planet. Isn't that true? So
Yeah.
like Mars is getting a new Mars. We're getting new
Everything I'm basing it on what Elisa what I'm getting from her, and she said anything in this photon belt is getting upgraded and new. So that would include our whole galaxy.
This entire
Yeah.
galaxy would be.
So say 12 planets. Now you got 26. Maybe there's something we didn't know, but that's what I was thinking. But now, what is the photon belt? Is it an electromagnetic belt?
Oh, let's see if I can put this in redneck physics.
Oh, Lord.
It
I wasn't aware rednecks had physics.
Say it equals say.
Now I'm in trouble.
I'm showing you my physics. I mean physique. Yeah. Okay. Now I can't explain it that well, but it's a section of light that is multi light years length.
Yes.
And that's divine light. It's like a barrier, but we're going through it. We've been hurling towards it to try to get to it because that's where it's a peak of energy, so to speak. I'll have to get with Elisa to get a better description.
I wonder if it's like a barrier that moves us from one
a quantum
dimension
leap.
to another.
Like a quantum leap
that separates the densities. So
Yeah.
Let's ask.
Well, that's why I was wondering. So you would pull the cards.
You were
Just a
pondering.
Bippy.
That's
I
your
don't do
Bippy.
bippies. I'll stand up.
Ooh,
But you
don't
want me to
stand up.
stand
Isn't it No Pants Friday?
Oh, Pants Free Friday. We're not. Nope.
Do not stand up. Okay, so you want to
Don't
know.
make me stand up.
So what is the question, Kay?
You threatened me.
Photon belt, is it a barrier to where where
To separate.
we go, or what? Yeah, where we upgrade to a new density?
Yes, where our star
Oh,
upgrades and
yeah.
everything within it and connected to it upgrades.
So it doesn't mess with the electronics. That's what I was trying to figure it out.
Well, it's messing with mine.
Doesn't.
No.
Who cares if it does?
Well, no, like we were saying, 10 days of darkness. Now, if we're going through 2,000 years of darkness.
That is going to be a manipulated shutdown. That's not going to be because we have the solar flare that everybody's talking about hasn't happened yet. We're hoping it'll happen by 2050. That's what will officially crack that dome and bring it down.
Really? Okay.
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 Okay. Bets. Do we each have our own Merkaba?
Yes. Oh, let me use my hands. Don't use the head. Use the hands. It's just how you activate it. You have to know how to act.
Yeah. Are they like invisible planes?
Yes, they are. Actually, you can use it like an invisible plane. So you can lay that on your carpet.
Calgon, take me away.
So yes, we each have it where it's in the field, but I think you have to understand how to manipulate it or use it.
This is interesting. This says yes. You're right. You can take it either way. You can go good, you can go bad. So it really just depends. But it says yes.
You just have to understand how to use it.
Everyone is contractually given one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
My Merkaba is bigger though.
No, mine's bigger than yours.
Yes, bossy. All right.
I got the 2024 Merkaba.
Well, I've got the 2025. They're out now. Do you know
It's out now, really?
As soon as you drive it off the lot, the warranty. The baby.
You need to ask you about that.
Spirit says, look at the base card. It's the star card, and this is about healing, quantum healing. So yes, absolutely. Okay, cast this one. Voices. If you hear a voice in your head, do you have an entity attachment, no matter if it is your voice or another? And it could be a good entity or bad entity masking as a good entity. Okay, let's do this one at a time.
Yes.
Yeah, it could. Okay, we'll do it one at a time. There are voices, can be an internal thing or audible. This is where your discernment and divine protection comes in. You have to figure out if it's good or bad. And yes, the bad ones can mask themselves. That's why discernment, prayer, and calling in God comes in handy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard both inside and outside.
I have too.
Sometimes your ego is the louder one. You may hear your ego, believe it or not.
My ego's a wallflower. Don't worry about it.
You have all flown. Okay, so sometimes you can hear it. It could be your ego saying, turn left, turn right. Oh, mine was terrible at directions. But you do have to make your discernment.
Yeah. Now, Wings has a very masculine voice. It's very deep, but that's on purpose because that's how I know it's him. He has a different light and frequency too, versus Black Hawk or White Feather, my other two guides, versus mine, which is my higher self. They all have different frequencies, so to speak. So once you get in tune, and anybody can do this, it just takes practice. I've just happened to do it all my life since I was a kid. But you just use your discernment, ask God to help you. It's one of those gifts. Okay. All right.
I don't think I hear. It's almost like a telepathy. I can't even explain.
Yeah, like a download kind of thing.
Like a download, probably.
Yeah. She continues this. Continued like Bashar. Okay. And then this is continued. And if you hear no voices, you just know, like you're talking about, Nadia.
Yes.
Does that make you higher vibration already? More like treading water than raising it. Yeah, I think because a lot of people don't hear anything except their own ego. That's when you, what?
That's what my ego sounds like.
That means only hearing what you want to hear.
Selective.
Yeah, just selective. Like hearing. Yeah, Lee's hearing. Selective.
Honey-do list. What?
No, but, but
I
I mean,
can't.
yeah, but and sometimes the ego's like, I told you not to hang around with them because it's almost like the ego was there to protect you,
Yes.
and they're almost like almost in a negative aspect of they're not good. This is not that's a difference between that and spiritual downloads. You're not going to hear your as funny as they are mine, you're not going to hear them say, I told you so.
Yeah.
I got a ticket and I asked them, well, I thought you said you were going to open the roads. And my higher self's like, well, you have to learn to slow down. They're not going to be negative to you.
I just
Right.
envision them shaking their head.
Now, they do have a sense of humor, though, because like your personal guide, like Wings, we have matching personalities. We're made that way. When I was made, he was made.
Oh, wow.
And so he never means the intention of being cruel, like my dark sense of humor, because he does it to me.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I'm sure mine is like, watch what we do now. Watch what she's going to
Wait
choose.
till they get a load of me.
He does face palms. He literally like, ugh.
I kind of felt it once.
He does. But we joke about it. I know he's joking. He has never hurt my feelings. I threatened to pluck his feathers out, even though that's impossible. It's just, Lee and I were talking in a conversation the other day about laws of the road because the girls are studying, take their traffic test, their driver's license. And we were just talking about stop signs and what we call the West Virginia rolling stop.
California stop. Yeah, they say it here as California.
And I had said, and speed limit signs are just suggestive signs. That's all they are. And that Wings literally went, oh, okay. So that's all he did. So,
or how can you double that sign?
yes. In our sacred geometry, I'm going to triple that. I'd like to, may I buy a vowel, please?
We're not reeling it in. Let's talk, Jen. We're not reeling it in. Okay, so let's say word of advice to the children. Spell the word stop. When you stop, say S-T-O-P.
Spend tire or pavement.
Look at me. I'm like that Marlin. I'm not going in. I'm not. No.
I'm laughing at Wings. He says, can you ask Dennis if he wants to go fishing? Okay. Yeah, stop. Spin tire on pavement. Here we go.
Step toe on pedal.
Does my dad have a message for me? He would be 114 today. Well, happy birthday to you, Dad.
Happy birthday.
All right.
Aletta Battle Angel. Welcome. Dragonfly 17 is now. Aletta. She changed her name too.
Uh-oh.
So
Look what you did. Look what you did.
I started a new fad.
Yeah. I think I'll change my name to Nadia. I'm a Taurus. I'm not good with changes.
Oh, bull.
A bull. Reel it in, King. Ace, I just realized since we did Wednesday ourselves, we should have Jen do the whole show today.
Yeah, shall we just step aside?
I have quite a few of those next week, so I'll get my fair share.
What are we pulling cards on?
Beth wants to know if there's a message from her dad who would be 114 today.
That's amazing. We're going to be doing that for 2,000 years when we get into flow time.
Yeah. And it's very similar. A lot of times no matter who I'm pulling for, the message is very, in general, the same thing. Do not focus on my loss. Focus on your spiritual gifts that you have. Work with your collective community for new beginnings and a new way of looking into. The Page of Wands is about optimism, a new start. We don't focus on things that we lose, and he doesn't want you to think about losing him. Think about going to the light to meet him, if that makes sense.
And
He sees you.
And
what
he's
do you?
because when you start a reading like that, sad, depressed, got your back turned, but to the light, not darkness, dark to light. So focus on that.
Did he pass recently, Sue? Or Bets, I'm sorry. Did he pass recently? Oh, boy. No, not oh boy for you guys. The doorbell. I'm waiting for Schneider to start barking. There it goes.
Okay. Brother Roy, does Spirit have a message for him? Okay.
I get yes, he does.
You're going to make him type in, well, what is it?
Well, I don't know.
Next question. I got a yes.
He passed in 1981.
Roy?
No.
Oh,
Well, maybe I doubt it, but 17 lives out there, it's hard to tell.
While you're pulling, I'm just gonna give Bets a little message. Bets, every time you get a memory of him and you remember stuff, that's him talking to you. That's him letting you know he's fine. So smile and celebrate that instead of thinking of it as a loss. Oh, little Z is here. That's what the doorbell was all about.
Okay, Roy. 6 of Pentacles. This is giving and receiving. Now, it is Pentacles, so it can be about money. So if you are giving money, it looks like it's going to be squandered. If you are receiving money, be careful that you do not lose it or use it unwisely, okay? Page of Pentacles is making a new project. Now, this can lean towards humanitarian as well, but starting a new project, okay? Use it wisely. That means invest it well if you receive money, okay? 6 of Swords is you will be divinely protected if you use it correctly. So if you are going to receive some money, which it says you are, do not squander and make a mistake. Invest it wisely, okay?
That must be the lottery winnings you're going to get at the end of the month. You put a lottery thing. Uh-oh, look at that. You froze that way.
Sue has the next one. Has Spirit anything to tell me? Good and bad. Thank you. Okie dokie.
she
Well,
wants a double barrel.
whatever they focus on is what I tell you. Wow.
Roy says I don't give them a reading.
Sue,
I
these
answered your question, Roy. I said yes.
these are very powerful cards, Sue. Okay.
It is.
The Fool card represents starting a new journey. All right. taken a leap of faith to do something that you've been wanting to do. All right. This is divine movement. The sun is about completion, happiness, fulfillment. It's positive. You have actually, I pulled one of the extra cards in the deck, the celestial weaver. That you talk about sacred geometry. This is the energy that weaves everything in the cosmos together. That means everything's in alignment for you to start something new right now. This is going to be good. Six of Cups is gift giving, but it can also be a reflection of childhood memories. If there's something you've always dreamt of doing since you were a child, you need to start it now.
Do it.
You can do it. Okay.
Just do it.
I don't know if she has a brother.
Well, Six of Cups is a sibling card, so if you're getting a download on a sibling, then that would make sense. I
Yeah.
didn't pick up on a sibling, but
No, I'm getting talk to him, use your voice, something. I don't know if she has a brother or it's a male figure who is similar to her age. So I'm going to say it's a sibling.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Terry. And thank you for all the jokes. She's
Yes.
the reason that we all have to take bathroom breaks during the show. We have to pee.
Yep.
Or be prepared.
To that point
Yeah.
right now.
Just depends. All right. Elisa said, after we use the med beds, we'd know who our team is. Could those people at this point not be awake at all? Mm-hmm.
There's a possibility.
It's a possibility. But I'm going to pull cards for you, but a lot of the times our instinct is going to be, I can't imagine choosing somebody that doesn't have their head screwed on straight.
Oh, sorry. Here, I'm not.
Not you're out. No, but I think you'll know. It's just one of those instinct things. You know that you know that you know. But then again, we haven't been in a med bed yet, so our eyes may be open to somebody we never even thought of. Knowing my luck, it'll be my worst enemy.
You want to pause questions?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Pause them, Terry. I don't know how many you got starred still.
JoJo's, I don't know if you just came in. Maybe if you have a question, if you want to put it in there, because she just asked if the questions are closed.
Yeah, well, we just paused them, so her question's good.
Just type it in. Mary Jones is like, cute.
In.
She thought she was Roscoe P. Coltrane.
Oh, wow. Okay. Terry, this is huge. Ace of Pentacles, absolutely. They may not be awake at all, okay? But the star card is they'll be healed, med beds, okay? Remember Galactic Family, that's who's going to be helping running these things. They could be hoodwinked by the deep state in a complete trance.
It's okay, Mama.
But we will be healed to be able to see through them. And then if we can convince them to go, of course, we can't interfere with free will. But yeah, they can be totally asleep. And somebody might get into an argument with. But yeah. Okay. All right. Let me go up here. Oh, that was the last of the stars. Okay.
Oh, was it? Well,
Yeah.
Joe's got one
Okay.
down at the bottom.
All right, JoJo. Is Smiley my dog lady from when I was 3?
Laddie. Be lady.
Well, I'm going to say lady.
But she's not redneck, is she?
JoJo? Yeah, I claim her as my redneck.
Then never mind. Then never mind.
Correct me. Laddie, lady, boy or girl, a dog. Okay.
Not lady, she says.
Not lady, laddie. All right.
Laddie. Oh, I get a strong yes.
That's a huge yes. When you were a child, and Six of Cups is childhood. Yes. Chariot. So she came back through, or he, but yeah, Smiley's a girl, I know that. But yes, absolutely.
Didn't like being a lady. Became a
To help
laddie.
you to deal with loss and disappointment in your life. So she's your comfort. To ease your burdens, love. Yep.
Oh,
She's back.
She did.
It's too late.
Sorry, I didn't even know that was going to be that long.
Okay. That was it.
You guys want more questions?
Are you pulling another Vipe?
I can if you guys want to stay on longer. No, I think we're good.
So
Did we decide on what we were going to do for the next topic?
I was getting ready to ask, what are we doing next week? I have a busy week, so I kind of want to know.
Well, judging by Nadia's facial expressions, I think next week's topic should be about
King
the Grinch.
Arthur, who lived in Tartaria.
The Grinch. The Grinch.
Which got moved to Ethiopia. Actually, you were close to what I was going to ask. If you want to make it light, do we want to do what is the actual meanings for children's nursery rhymes or anything like that? Just for fun. Because if you really listen to the lyrics, they're not good.
Well, Ring Around the Rosie's about the Black Plague.
Yeah, I know. Put the pocket full of posies so they don't smell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Red Rover.
or London bridges really falling down.
Yeah, we can do that. Sounds like a fun topic.
That should be interesting.
I don't have to deep dive like I did for this one.
Well, it's one of those, just like all of the Disney movies, they give you the softer version. If you actually read the whole story, they're very dark.
They are dark. Well, it's funny because what is Rockabye Baby, and when the treetop, when it falls,
Yeah, really.
label and all, it's like, huh? And
How
in
tall
Arabic,
is the tree?
in Arabic, they have a little lullaby song, and it's really cute. Her voice is beautiful, but it says, if you don't sleep, I'll kill a pigeon. And it's like, what? But then
your neck.
it was like, I'll make food for you. But it was like, I'll kill a pigeon. That's kind of scary. I'll go to bed.
Well, our kids grew up saying, now I lay me down to sleep.
Okay.
I pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take.
And make me even bionic.
Supposed to be a prayer, but the kids at some point are going, I don't know if I want to go to sleep now. Okay,
I know, right? I know. So I thought maybe, like the lady who had so many kids in a shoe. What was that all about, So I thought maybe it'd be fun it's a light topic and summertime and all that stuff, if you guys are interested.
Yeah, that's fine.
Mary had a little lamb, the doctor.
You bring the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, 17th you mentioned in here about the Hunger Games. Yeah, she sent me something because Donald Donald? Yeah,
Donald Sutherland passed, yes.
He passed away. He played Mr. Snow from the Hunger Games.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know that's Deep State's way of saying, this is our plans for you.
Yeah.
But she
tribute.
that, and they were talking about harvesting the berries or collecting the berries. In our world, we are the berries. They're collecting us. So yeah, there's the things that the deep state does. They put it right in front of your face, and we've talked about movies. And
wasn't that also Agenda 21? They put them all in little sections, and then they would start the Hunger Games.
Yeah, and speaking of sacred geometry, I watched something that they were talking about the originality of back in the time of Egypt. They literally called them Jedis. the ones who knew the sacred geometry.
Yes.
And we've had Star Wars, and that we have Jedis, and I'm like, oh wow, they really put that in your face.
But I believe also, wasn't Yoda actually a dark
Yep.
nefarious?
Not in the Star Wars, he's the good guy, but actually he was the bad guy.
He's the bad guy, yeah.
Yeah.
Very interesting. I hope you guys found this sacred geometry interesting, but there is so much more into this regarding planetary vibrations and how it connects to Earth. It is very, very interesting.
Yeah, Nadia will be bringing that on her next show.
Come with me. We're going to learn it in Tartaria.
Ooh,
Break the ice wall.
All right. Well, it was a great show, and let's do your
oracles.
Here's your soul truth question.
Well, wait.
Oh, soul truth question.
Before we do that,
Okay.
we have the roundtable Friday next week for psychic gifts.
Oh, that's right.
So we're going to have to do the
How did we not know that?
times
No, we did. I just
the week
forgot.
after.
No, I must
Unless you want me to do the psychic gifts the week after that, after next. I don't know. Up to you all.
Doesn't matter to me.
Anybody want to write down which one? Psychic gifts or nursery rhymes?
All I know is I'm not jumping over no candlestick.
Oh, come on.
Now I want to see you as one of the men in the tub. Rub-a-dub-dub.
In the
Oh,
front tub.
Let's stick with psychic gifts since that was already on the schedule for next week, and then
Are we going to do it on Friday or Wednesday?
Friday. I think Wednesday. Didn't you have something going on Wednesday next week, or we switched it or something?
What am I doing here?
Let me know.
No, I feel left out. I should check in my calendar.
Well, yeah.
Oh, everything's open.
Well, you better zip it up.
I have, what is that date?
My only free day is Thursday, so I have to plan things on Thursdays.
Nope, actually Wednesday, because I got to rearrange my schedule. Wednesday I will be free. Yeah, I'm okay that day.
So potpourri on Wednesday, or do you want to switch?
Yeah, we can do potpourri on Wednesday.
Okay.
All right. I'll host potpourri on Wednesday if you want to take since you're going to do.
All right.
You can do Friday.
We'll be there or be squared circle.
Yep.
Yes, spiritual gifts. What was it?
Spiritual gifts
Spiritual gifts.
or psychic gifts.
I knew it.
Of course you did.
I'm psychic. Schneider's coming. He's psychic.
Okay. All right, I got that. All right, so I'll pop up a thumbnail for Wednesday then. Okay. All right, here's your soul truth. Here's your question of the day. Do I surround myself with people who lift me up? I don't know anybody that can lift me physically.
Oh, I'm sure Lee could do it with one hand.
He can, but I don't think he can do it right now with the claw. Okay. The people with whom we surround ourselves determine who we become. Does your tribe fill you up? Do they inspire you? Do they believe in you? Do they help you step into your greatest potential? Today, the soul action says, make a desire list of the type of people with whom you wish to surround yourself and clarify if there is anyone in your life who no longer serves you. Can you love them from a distance? Yeah.
You want us to write a report on it, or
No, it's just a soul action. If someone chooses to do it, you can do that. All right.
You're not going to get graded.
Okay, heal yourself. Reading cards. Today we have 35, and that's about home. 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 In the context of this teaching, let's use the word home to describe your unconscious ability to attract intimate partners with the positive and negative qualities your parents instilled in you. Kind of goes along with the other one. This card honors the wounded child in you that keeps recreating home, hoping to get your childhood developmental codependency needs met. You might even provoke the other to act or look like your original parent. In a world where so many of our natural emotions were not encouraged and worse yet, suppressed, you are now encouraged to feel the feelings trapped inside you and that consistently sabotage your life. For some of us, home was an amazing, empowering, and happy place. But for most of us, it was lacking. There was unease and hurt. This is imprinted on your nervous system, which forces the dysfunction you had with your parents to rise to the surface with your current partner and people close to you. Yeah, well, that's true. We're trying to fill in holes when we really just need to heal it.
Yes. And it does close from within. So finding outside vices don't work. You have to heal from within. Jen, I pulled a Vippy because I have a very interesting and important question, and I forgot about it until now. Something just triggered it.
That's why I brought the 8-ball out.
Yeah. Well, you know how we talk about life path numbers, how you were born, your date of birth expresses what your purpose is here. And you're going to have a show with life purposes.
Yes.
Now, we know that there are master numbers, which is 11, 22, and 33. Okay. So 11 is illumination, 22 is foundation, 33 is master, teacher, which is Yeshua, Buddha, and Krishna. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we got that. Their speculation was when Yeshua comes back, he will be a master number 44.
Mm.
All right. I didn't believe that there were going to be any 44s until Yeshua comes back. I met a guy yesterday. His master number is 44.
Shit. What?
What did you say?
What?
It was not 44. He's not coming back as a master 44.
First of all, I don't put numbers on God. Second of all,
no, it's just a master teacher. Like he was teacher. Now he's coming back as, he's not going to come back as teacher of love or whatever. It is balance hope. That's what 44 is to represent. It's the date of the birth, it's a life purpose. It's not, I'm not putting him in a box or labeling him. I'm just saying this is like supposedly, I'm sorry?
You're putting him in an octagon.
I'm putting him in a Metatron.
Square in a circle.
Yeah, but that's why I was like, I'm not talking about cabal when you did that. But this child, which is a starseed, we understand, is at a 44, and I find that interesting.
So your assumption was there wasn't going to be any 44s until the ascension process, Yeshua was going to kick it off and that kind of thing. That's what you were assuming?
Yes.
All right. Well, let's pull cards to see if it's possible.
But when you look at the life path of the 44, it is of hope, balance, harmony, love. So
my question is, what are they doing here?
Well, we need all the love we can and come
Spreading
back.
the love.
Spreading the love. What the world needs now.
Oh gosh, it's karaoke today.
Love. It's the only thing that there's not just too little.
Where'd you get that?
What, the love, sweet love?
Yeah.
This says, yes,
my back pocket.
Divine child to help our future and make the world the way it's supposed to. So it confirms, yes.
Yes. And his girlfriend is a 33. So we're like, Jesus, meet Jesus. Jesus, Jesus.
Well, if it is omnipresent, maybe it is.
Yes, but I'm amazed that now they have 44s out there, which is amazing.
Well, Gaia certainly needs it. Humanity certainly needs it. We're doing all we can, so I won't object.
So if I'm an 11, and if there were 2 clones out there of me, would I then be 33?
Only if you put your three heads in one. You'd be illuminating. You'd be like very luminescent.
I'm a light man.
So pretty.
Yeah, I mean that's all I really
Dun, dun,
just
dun.
remembered it, and it was very interesting that I just mentioned you're not going to see a 44 yet, and yet I do his numbers, and it's a 44. And I found that very interesting.
The cards are confirming, and you can tell that my ego wasn't in it because I was why I said emotion, but you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you're going to need to take that back now.
Reverse it. All right, guys. Love and light.
Have a
Love and
beautiful
light.
weekend.
Have a beautiful weekend, guys. Love you all.
All right.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Love you guys.